Now let's do part 2. Part 1 was the employee part here. Let's move that over. So we did this, and this set up our payroll. Now we're going to complete the employer side, and there's always that second step where you have to pay the payroll tax expense by the employer, and you have to, in this case, you have to, it's spelled wrong, need to Y, okay, that's better. You have to also take into consideration the benefit expense, which is also spelled wrong. Because the employer, remember, pays 60% of the life insurance and 60% of the medical insurance. So that also has to be taken into consideration at this point. So let's see what we do with this. And we'll leave that right there. So first of all, we have payroll tax expense, and we don't know what that is yet. So we have to figure out the FICA payable, both Social Security and Medicaid care. And then now remember, the employer has to pay the state unemployment tax and the federal unemployment tax. So the employer has 4 taxes to worry about: FICA Social Security, FICA Medical, unemployment for the state, and unemployment for the federal. And these are all payables. So let's figure out what those are. Well, the FICA Social Security is a match. It's the same amount that the employee pays. The medical, FICA Medical, is the same thing. And SUTA, and that's where the $64,000 came into play, they only pay unemployment taxes on $64,000. So, and that was multiplied out for you. Amounts subject to tax here, and one was 5.4 and one was 0.6. And those amounts go right here. So it's 3,456 and 384. Now, if we add these up, that is going to give us the amount of your payroll tax. So they have a payroll tax expense of $57,084. And let's just make those all be commas, so life is much easier for everybody. It looks nice and neat. So that was your first entry. Okay, that's for the payroll tax. And now we got to look at the benefits. So how much did they have to pay for the benefits? So we had medical insurance, $8,400. And life insurance, $6,600, which comes to $15,000. Is that correct? Yes. So now, this is an expense for the payroll tax, and this is an expense for the benefits or the insurance. Now, this is a step we didn't actually do in the participation points, but now we want to pay all of this. We've paid the wages out, okay, that's gone. But we want to get rid of all of these payables here that are showing up here. So what we do is we start at the top, and let's see if I can move this over so you can see this a little bit better. Can we get there? Almost. Here. That's better. I don't think I can make it wider. So, all of the payables we need to get rid of. If you remember federal income tax, which is $174, I need to pay that. So I'm going to debit it. My state income tax was $39,000. So we're going to put that in there. FICA, Social Security. Now, I have to add the two together. I've got to add the employee and the employer. And that comes to $86,304. You have to do the same thing with the FICA medical. You had $10,092 and $10,092 to come up with $20,184. And then your medical insurance, they gave you those totals here. You add the two together. So the medical is $14,000. And the life insurance is $11,000. The union payable is $8,000. And the SUTA payable we have up here is $34,506. And the FUTA is $384. Those all have to be paid. So if I add those all up, that's the amount that I'm going to pay for the payroll taxes and the benefits and the unemployment tax. And I'm off. Why am I off? Let's figure it out. I see it. This is supposed to be 8,000. There you go. And that is the amount of cash you would pull out. So you have 3 steps, and I added, we only showed 2, I added the third. First you do the employee's paycheck, then you do the employer expenses, which in this case is payroll tax and benefit expense, and then you would show how you pay all of the payroll payables out. And that is homework for the hardest part of homework for Chapter 9. If you have others that you want me to do, just email me and I'll make a video for you. Hope this helps.